All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Welcome, ArchaeoGaming Con. Congratulations on your first year, ArchaeoGaming Con 2020. Hello to the audience. Hello to everybody watching, everybody in live chat. And please donate to a good cause. Hopefully the mods can post the links in chat for everything. And you can also find information in the About section of twitch.tv/RKORPG, which is where you are if you're watching it live right now. Well, if you guys don't know who I am, I'm JonJonTheWise. I mostly make cyberpunk content for Cyberpunk 2020 and Red, the game made by Talsorian. I do it on YouTube mostly, but I'm also on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and all the other social medias. And we have a Discord community if you'd like to join us. It is open to the public. You can find the link everywhere in all of my stuff, the descriptions and the link and all that. And today we are playing Cyberpunk Red, the full rules. This is not a hybrid homebrew rule set. This is not incomplete rules. This is not the jumpstart kit. This is the complete Cyberpunk Red rules for a game that is yet to release. It's yet to release end of summer, hopefully. That's what they said tentatively. And I'm one of the lucky few, and we are some of the lucky few to be able to play this game before it is released. And we're going to play the shit out of it. That's what we're going to do. So, just a little information about Cyberpunk Red. It is the new edition of a game made by Talsorian Games. Their founder is Mike Pondsmith, and him and his team have created this game in the early 90s. It's a magical time. It has been a very long time since we've received a new version of this game, and the time is finally now. This is it, since the early 90s. You might know about a game called Cyberpunk 2077. That game and its lore is directly linked to the game that we are about to play, and our game takes place around 2045, which is 25 years after Cyberpunk 2020, if my math is correct. And almost done with this. Alright, bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. I know we're bored in chat. Cyberpunk 2020, Red, and 2077 are part of a world that is very similar to ours in almost every way. There's a little more innovation when it comes to technology, like cyberware and brain dance and all kinds of cool stuff. But above all, it's our world's just much, much, much worse, much darker, and very grim, right? This game that we are about to play will contain violence, strong language, and drug use. Hopefully, if we have a good time. We will not be exploring, sexual themes and excessive gore. We're just not into that kind of stuff. So, I have my friends with me. They are also known as the Wise Guys. So, without further ado, I know you guys have been writing in chat, but I can't read it. You guys are talking shit in chat. I already know you are. Let's go down the line. Starting from the top left, Barry Ruth, played by my boy WhatTheFoole. Introduce yourself. Tell everybody about your channel. Tell everybody about your character and anything else.
Okay, hey guys. I'm WhatTheFoole. I stream on Twitch. It's WT. Shit, that was my old one. But no, it's WhatTheFoole. WhatTheFoole.
Yep.
We do a lot of party games and roguelikes and stuff like that over there. So if you ever want to just come by and hang out, get some laughing and everything. Shut up, Shrub. Have fun. But unfortunately, I can see chat, so they're messing with me.
That's right.
So you have Barry Ruth here, who I'm known for making oddball characters in games like this. I have an addiction. I don't make normal characters. So he is a solo in Cyberpunk who doesn't shoot a gun. He only uses melee weapons and throwing weapons. We actually homebrewed a throwing rule specifically for it because John thought it was a cool idea.
Yeah, and just as a caveat, I was thinking let's just play this whole thing rules as written, but then Brian came, with the curveball, and I was like, okay, you know what? That's actually a really cool idea. So we got to make it happen. I don't care if it's not rules as written, we got to make it happen. And you know what? That's what Cyberpunk is all about. Anybody who's played Cyberpunk 2020, that's literally the entire game for 30 years has been people homebrewing it. So I'm just going along with the tradition.
But yeah, so you have him. He's a solo, kind of a street vigilante type. His parents were killed by gangers when he was a kid, and he was saved by a dude who beat him off. He has a problem with anyone trying to hurt innocents or those weaker than them, and he makes money off of powerful people with a lot of money who pay him to attack other corporations and stuff like that. And yeah, that's Barry Ruth.
That's Barry Ruth. All right, let's move on to my boy Joe playing Hub Mansango.
Hey guys, I'm Joe. I go by Shrubninja online and stuff. I don't have any Twitch or anything like that like these other guys. But I'm playing Hub. He's a nomad. Mostly he does kind of smuggling and operations where he brings people where they're not supposed to be. He tries to stay on the down low, but he can get into a firefight when he wants to.
Why don't you tell us, you said he was a nomad, right?
Yeah, he was born in a combat zone and lived there with his family for a while. But the nomad pack came through, and he ended up joining up with them just to get out of the combat zone, because in general, I don't think that's a nice place to live.
And as a nomad in Cyberpunk Red, there have been some changes, and the changes give you a family car. So you actually have your own car that was given to you because of your nomad rank, right?
Yeah, it's about a middling rank, so I've got a nice car, but just the one.
Just the one.
It looks fairly plain, like it's not trying to stand out with it since it's mostly used for smuggling and such. But it's got like bulletproof glass and hidden compartments and a couple other fun little surprises.
Which is
nothing
awesome.
over.
Yeah, those little like fun things that you can add are all in the book. It's really awesome. They've like totally expanded on this vehicle thing. And does your vehicle have a name?
No, I don't think he's the kind of person who'd name his car. He tries to be pretty subtle about all that.
Boo.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, dude. Come on. Alright, moving on. No, I'm just kidding. Do whatever you'd like. Let's move on to Sam Ectoplasm, played by Jimbles.
Yes. Totally not Wrench from Watch Dogs 2, but is. The only difference is, like, imagine all the metal spikes are actually multicolor shifting LEDs and stuff like that. He's got fingerless gloves on because it's a 90s setting, because why not? All the tattoos are basically just light tattoos. He's got, whenever his hood's not up and he pulls it back, he's got tech hair that sticks out into a color shifting mohawk. And of course chem skin as well, but you know. Sam Ectoplasm is the lead singer of the Psychogeists, along with his drummer, whose name is Punk in Head, and the bassist is Scarecord. Pumpkin Head, of course, wears a cyberpunk-looking pumpkin-style mask, and Scarecord is the bassist, and he looks like your typical goth ghost face type, like the Crow, I guess, kind of.
Wait, he's not like a scarecrow?
Yes, he is. Thank you.
Okay, I was like, I thought that's what you were trying to say. Scared cord.
Yes, and then he grew up in a combat zone. Basically, his most of his family, he never knew his parents. The only friends and family he has basically are the drummer and the bass guitar. The bass guitar is a little bit younger than him. Kind of treats him like a little brother. The drummer is just basically like your old typical Sid Vicious style Sex Pistols punk guy, because he's like the old dude that's been around in the scene in a long time. And he's like, when he first found Sam Ectoplasm, he's like, "Oh, I see a lot in this kid. And then we started the 3-piece punk band, which their music style is a mix of Rage Against the Machine, Sex Pistols, and thrash metal all together and stuff. And he is extremely anti-government and all that shit. So
Nice. I like it. All right. And you're playing a rocker boy, right? That's what you said?
I am playing a rocker boy, yes.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Now let's move on to the netrunner of our group, Black Adder, played by DG.
I'm DG Rageriot. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, all the good places on the interwebs. Fellow content creator, cyberpunk, sci-fi enthusiast. I am playing a netrunner this evening by the name of Black Adder. He's a freelancer, works for hire, works alone, until now, obviously. Corporate execs, black projects. I get my programs by stealing them from other netrunners that I brain burn or, build them myself, program them myself. Lots of rival netrunners out for my head because I'm just so goddamn good. Raised on the streets, step up from a gang family. Wasn't really a family because I pretty much alone, so that's a good amount. Sum it up for my netrunner.
All right. Now, in my mind, why you guys would be working together would be Blackadder and Sam Ectoplasm have been getting in a little bit of trouble, sticking their noses in places that they shouldn't, pissing people off. But they have a friend in Hub Mansango, a nomad, who's able to stash them away, get them out of Night City, help them lay low, and with the help of Barry Ruth as extra security, all four of them, buddy, are kind of trying to stay low out of California and straight to Texas, because that's where our game takes place today, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I say we get started. How about that? Now that we know our characters. So, Austin, Texas, 2045. It is the time of the red and the sky is crimson. A constant reminder of the consequences of corporate wars. The streets of Austin are no different from any modern city of its time. There's extravagant living, poverty, crime, police, and every other flavor imaginable. Crime is especially a common flavor. It's like the vanilla of 2045. So it's not strange to see... What are you rolling? Damn it. Where's John? Okay. So it's not strange to see a car chase on 6th Street. And that's exactly what every patron of the local Austin nightlife is witnessing right now. You're speeding down 6th in pursuit of a blacked out luxury sedan. SUV. They've begun to open fire from the back windshield and side windows. The problem is they have a hostage with them, your VIP. Derek Creel, PhD and the leader of the Central Texas Preservation Society. A nomad group, and unfortunately for them, they're one of the last good guys left. Good guys finish last in the time of the red, and as you pursue your target, you can't help but think Dr. Creel is the next victim of the streets. And I have a beautiful little map here for us, guys. And it is here. So let's go over here. Okay. Now, the cool thing about Cyberpunk Red is they have rules for vehicles. So let me just go to the vehicles real quick and get ours. Sorry, and the bad guys. And I'll be back there. Okay, Joe, that's yours. Joe, you are in charge of this.
No, we can't see the map right now.
Map is black for us.
out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, hold on. It's so annoying. Let's just reset the fog. No, but that's gonna mess up all the other maps. Alright, hold on. I gotta do this one by one. Give me a second. Alright, you guys see it now?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yes, I can see it.
Yas.
Bottom left one is ours.
Yeah. Where did it go?
The one in the circle, sorry.
Yeah. I gotta move it a little bit lower. Actually, let me know if you guys did it move the camera to here where I clicked, or is it Control Shift click? Did that move
I
it?
just moved my own screen to it.
Yeah, I just moved mine too.
Okay. I actually have to bring you a little bit lower so we could start this car chase.
Alright.
Now, can you please remind me what your maximum move is on your vehicle?
Alright, one second. Speed is 50. I think it's 50 kilometers per hour.
Does it say what the move is? It should be one of your stats.
Oh, combat speed is 20 move.
20 move. Okay, so 20 squares from where you are. We'll say from the closest square. Okay. Okay, cool. So let's put this guy over here. You are on the wrong side of traffic, but you are in pursuit of that vehicle, sir. Let me just zoom out a little bit, just so we can all see it. Okay. Now let me get a driving check from you, sir.
Alright.
Oh wait, driving is a reflex, isn't it?
22.
Okay. Give me a second.
But yeah, driving's definitely.
Okay. You guys will see this. I pretty much have a macro that just rolls all the stats. And I'll just choose the one that I need. Oh my god, he crit on the reflex. Alright, so he's first. And he's going to pop some shots back at your vehicle.
Ooh.
Now, he is pretty far away, so let's see here. He is 19 squares away, and looking at ranged combat. Let me look at the vehicle combat real quick. Okay, no, I don't need to look at that. Range combat, 19 squares. He's going to need a 20 or higher with his SMG, as he takes a 3-round burst at your vehicle. Okay, so here we go. That is a failure. He fires his SMG in your direction. It bounces off the ground in front of you, but you're able to swerve out of the way. And it is now your turn, my sir.
Alright. So, I will activate my... Or actually, so I'll move forward. So I move forward 20.
Right, you should be able to move it. There you go. That's nice. You're real close there.
So I can move it up. Let's see, move it up a little bit more. So I can move it up to right adjacent to it, right?
Yeah, if you're 20, yeah. You can do 5 more.
Alright. And yeah, I'll try and so we got my buddy with his nice baseball bat in the passenger seat. I'm gonna try and move the side of my car into the side of theirs.
Okay, why don't you give me a swerve check? And I'll find you the DV right now. You need to beat a 13 with your driving.
Bam. 18.
Beat it. Alright, you're able to swerve right next to the vehicle. The vehicle is trying to make a maneuver to get out of your way, but it can't at the moment, so you are right point blank with it. And let's go with whoever wants to go next.
Okay, so the vehicle, are any of their windows down or anything like that?
No, all their windows are up. This does look like a corporate vehicle to you.
Weren't they down because they were just shooting at us?
When they were shooting. Oh yeah, you're right. You know what? Their windows have to be down if they were shooting at you. You're correct. So their windows are down.
That driver's about to catch a spiked baseball bat to his face.
Okay, that is a called shot to a location of a vehicle. We'll call it a point blank.
You want to call it even? He has a -8 to evade since he's in the driver's seat, and I have a -8 to hit him. So
yeah,
just call it a
that's
wash.
pretty much how it would go. So why don't you show me a melee attack? Oh, damn.
Nice.
Let's see if he is able to withstand that. Looking for his reflex. Ooh, 22. Oh, just barely, dude.
Evasion's a dex check.
Yeah, oh, it is a dex check. You're right. He fails. He absolutely fails.
Nice.
All right, your baseball bat hits him, and we're going to call it... Let's see, if he's driving, then you hit his head.
Yeah.
So let's see your damage. That is double damage. Did you roll a crit? No, you didn't. So 18 damage to the driver. Okay.
So typically with a melee in this game, you get 2 attack. Do I still get the 2 in this particular situation, though?
I think so. You'd have to take another swing, though.
Oh, yeah, I will.
All right. Let's see if he can dodge the second swing. Dexterity. Oh, he critically passes.
Yeah, he missed that one.
The second time, he ducked his head, you hit his steering wheel, and he does lose control on his turn. But it isn't his turn yet, because at the same time that you were hitting him with your baseball bat, either Blackadder or Sam Ectoplasm were doing something. So whoever wants to go next can go ahead.
After you, DG. Do your Netrunner shit.
Well, if we're on the move, so that's not going to happen, unfortunately, gentlemen.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to take some pot shots over here.
All right, take your shots.
Pull out my handgun. I'm going to aim it right into that open window at the driver's head.
Okay.
Let me just get positions correct here. Am I sitting behind the driver or behind the passenger
It's
side?
whatever you want.
All right, then I'm on the passenger side closest to the vehicle.
Sure.
Joe, does your car have a sunroof?
I imagine most cars in the
Okay.
in the New 45 have sunroofs, so yeah, I'll say it does.
Yeah.
Hey, John, just a quick reminder, and for those watching, melee attacks immediately take away half of the stopping power of your opponent's armor.
Yeah, they ignore half the armor.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, you ready for this handgun roll here?
Absolutely. Okay, that's a 17, and I believe that would hit. At your range? Yeah, that would hit. Okay, roll your damage. Alright, that's double damage. Bang! The driver's head is exploded onto the dashboard as your bullet connects. And he just goes limp onto the steering wheel. 2 hits, 1 hit from the bat, 1 hit with your 9mm. And this guy begins to lose control. Jimmy, before he loses control, you can make an action.
I'm gonna step out of the climb out of the fucking sunroof and just be like, "Ah!" and submachine gun the passenger, the guy in the passenger seat.
Okay, roll it.
Like, eat it, you son of a bitch!
I hope the guy that we're rescuing is wearing a seatbelt.
Listen, just stay close to him, okay?
Oh, that is a critical, dude. That is a critical. So, you're aiming at the passenger, and we're going to call it a headshot, and because of that, we get to roll on a really fun new chart. And here we go. This is from Cyberpunk Red's new rules. Critical head injury. Brain injury, -2 to all actions. Base death save penalties increased by 1. And this guy is critically injured. When someone is critically injured, they automatically take 5 HP of damage. It ignores all SP, so that's 5 off the bat. And roll your damage. And this was a
Nice.
3-round burst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I roll it damage 3 times?
Yes. 8, 11. All right, we got 28 there. Times 2 is a whole lot of damage. Plus 5. Pop, pop, pop. Brain matters all over the dash. And these guys lose control of their vehicle. It goes into a nearby alley. Thankfully, the police that are over here are way too busy with a bank robbery that's going on. And your gunshots are just drowned out by those gunshots. And this guy crashes into the alleyway. And let's go to the alleyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Pull over like nothing happened.
No, e-brake it and spin into the alleyway, dude. Come
I'm gonna
on,
go
man.
get it.
Real
I'm gonna go-
cool, dude.
I'm gonna go get a drink, but the entire time that second dude's head just fucking blew up and they're crashing, Sam is just laughing maniacally the entire time.
Alright, these guys wrecked at the end of this alley. And if I can get a streetwise check from one of you guys quickly.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! I got that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see it, baby.
Glad you do.
Alright, Sam, you're not too familiar with this Austin area, but just from observation, you can see some motorcycles outside of what looks like a nightclub. But as far as you know, they could just be regular patrons. And that's pretty much it. Alright, these guys crash at the end of the alley. And we got 2 bad guys that come out of the vehicle, and we're going to go to combat initiative right here. Give me 1 second.
Joe, your character's not allowed to turn off the radio on this car with this soundtrack that's playing.
Okay.
Because right now I linked that one song, Angel of Death, and now it's playing Slayer Raining Blood right now.
I thought you were the speakers, Jimmy.
I don't have those yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you've got a regular speaker that you're carrying around with you, I'm sure.
Oh, okay, fine.
I mean, you can buy them.
It needs to be a 1984 boombox on his shoulder, about 4 feet wide, 2 feet thick, and 2 feet high.
I concur. Alright, boys, let's get some initiative going here. I'm going to give you guys a +3.
So, John, just so you know, since combat has began, it started, I am going ahead and putting all of my solo points into critical weakness, which will cause me to do +1 per point on my first attack every round. So my first attack every round will be at a +4.
Okay, perfect. Isn't that fun, ladies and gentlemen? Those of you listening, we got new rules, dude.
As a side note, if I wanted to, I could have also put them into our initiative, but I knew I want to do the damages.
Oops. And as you guys... Did I just delete yours? Oh, here. As you guys can see, you have a little health bar there, too. You're welcome to use that. I have your armor, your head armor, and your body armor, and your HP. Right there. Okay, you guys got out of the vehicle. I'm giving you guys a +3. So this is 20. Blackadder is 17. Alright, Hub, you are first to go.
Alright. Let's see. So it's a pretty good distance between us. Let's see, my move is 7. Ooh, I can't get from here to more cover, so I guess I'll just move behind this dumpster right here.
Okay. And if you move there and you do not shoot, then they can't shoot you because they won't have line of sight. So you're pretty... They'd have to shoot your cover.
Alright, then I'll stay here till we can move up a little bit more.
You can also... I believe you could hold your action, but I think that would still expose you if you decide to shoot.
Oh wait, what if I shoot from where I was and then move to cover?
Yeah, you can do that. You can definitely do that.
Okay.
Shoot while you're moving. Yeah.
Alright, so that's 50 meters.
Yeah, 25 squares. So what are you shooting with?
Shooting with my heavy SMG. What's
Alright.
the range on that? Where's that?
You need 20. You need a 20 to hit him.
Okay.
Called shot would be a 28.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do regular shot. Nope, miss.
All right. Pop, pop. You fire in their direction and you miss, unfortunately. But you show them that you're the boss.
Yep, move forward and duck behind this dumpster.
All right, and we'll go to Sam Ectoplasm.
Let's see here. What's over here? That's just piles motorcycles, right?
Yeah.
And then what's each movement? So I have 6 movement.
So 6 squares is how far you can move.
1, 2, 3. All right. I don't remember the range on the fucking submachine gun. Son of a bitch. I had that written down somewhere. I don't know where it's at.
Yeah, it's fine. You would need let's see, from where you're shooting, you would need I believe a 25. I'm
gonna go like, do I have line of sight if I'm like on the corner right here?
Yeah, you have line of sight. If you shoot, then you give them line of sight. So what Joe decided to do was shoot first and then go to cover, which was a disadvantage to him to hit, but it was an advantage because now he's safe on his turn.
I'll just snap right here. Like, sit here, hide on the corner, and I'll just be like, the only good corpo's a dead corpo, you pieces of trash!
Okay, so you get behind cover and you forego shooting.
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna go to Blackadder here.
Alright. I need to get to some cover because I have almost 0 armor. I'm very lightweight, so my move is 5.
Yeah, either one of those is good, north or south.
Put myself right over here.
Ooh, that's...
And after I do... Yeah, it's kind of open though, right?
Yeah. Oh, right there? No, you'd be right behind a hub. I think that they don't have line of sight.
Alright, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move him over there.
Okay.
Take my move over here, and then I want to scan. Please.
Okay, roll me a scan, an interface. Okay, you do find a node nearby at the nightclub over here. You're able to connect to it. You're just far away enough. Let's see here. You should be, if you're 6 meters, yeah, right there. It's right at the edge of this building. Right there.
So just in range.
You're just in range of the control node. And roll me a Pathfinder.
Hold on.
Which is just another interface check.
Yeah, I know. Roll 20's wigging out on me. Hold on.
Sure, that's fine. No worries.
Work with me here. Work with me. Come on.
Take your time, Papa. Take your time.
There you go.
Oh, very good roll. Oh, wait a minute. We have an issue.
What happened?
Interface is actually just 1d10 plus your interface. Not your...
So I have it. Okay.
Yeah. Take intelligence out. So what's your intelligence?
My int is 7.
Okay, so the first one was a 9. It's alright, I'll give it to you. This one was a 13. It's enough for you to see the floors. You see the first 3 floors. Past that, you know that there are more floors in this architecture. But in the architecture that you're in, the first 3 floors, there's a password, there's a black ice, and then there's a control. So I'll write that in chat. Password, black ice, and a control node.
All right.
You do have one more action. You can go past that password with the back door.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm just trying to set up the automatic dice roller to remove, so I'm not rolling.
Yeah, it's all good.
Interface.
Yeah, so just roll 1d10.
Right?
Yeah, 1d10 and add your interface.
All right, so 1d10.
Okay. 8. Let me see here. It's not enough. Yeah, you get an error, password incorrect, and that would be the end of your turn.
Yep.
All right, Barry, what can you do?
Yeah. So Barry is just gonna take off running.
Okay. You can do your run action, which is 2 move actions.
I know.
Yeah, there you go. And you are right behind that dumpster, safely in cover.
Yay!
Okay.
He slides behind the dumpster.
Bad guy number 1 is going to do a little bit of moving.
Just so everybody knows, he has 8 moves, so I moved 16 squares.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what being a solo is all about. Alright. If he goes here, he still doesn't have line of sight. I think he's also going to run and get behind this dumpster here. So he's going to stand right here behind that dumpster. Right here. Just, we'll say he's occupying that space. And then this guy over here doesn't really have much he can do either. Does he have line of sight? No. So he'll go 6 and then 10 over here to hopefully get a vantage point on Mr. Barry White. All right, Hub, it's your turn.
He didn't get a vantage point on Barry. He gave Barry a vantage point on him.
All right. So I don't have line of sight onto. Do I have line of sight onto the one that's next to Barry, or no?
No, you don't. He's also hiding in cover.
Is the stuff right here? Is that a like an alcove or something? Or
Yeah, it's just this is like a shop in there, and like the people inside are kind of like holed up in there. It looks like the door's open though. No one's locked the door or anything like that. Actually, you know what? Yeah, no one's locked the door, and they heard you guys screech into here. They heard that car screech in and crash into the wall, and so far there has been no gunshots, but people are kind of on notice.
Okay, so if we run in there to take cover in there from the gunfire, we're probably not going to be too happy about it.
Yeah, but you could take your chances. Maybe they don't want to mess with you. It looks like there's an older Asian gentleman that is it's like a little gift shop, and it's just him and a couple other tourists. They don't look like the gang type or anything like that.
No, I forget. In Red, is there a way to like hold your action? Like,
yeah, you can hold. You can hold right now. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I'll delay my turn then.
Okay, sounds good. And so then at the end, I think you would go twice, right?
Yeah.
You would just declare when you wanted to use your action. That's all.
Right.
You can't hold a move action.
Oh, okay. You can't.
You can only hold.
I'll hold an action to fire if one of them peeks out.
Okay.
With my
Okay. All right, Sam. Let's see what you got.
I'm going to. Let's see. I might move, like run right here and dive behind this motorcycle or something.
Sure.
But then if I run, that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, that's it for your turn. See, the thing is, if you go out and you expose yourself and they start shooting you, well, then they've exposed themselves to the rest of your teammates.
Right. I'm going to do that. I'm going to run and dive behind this motorcycle.
Okay, sounds good.
So like I'm going to take off running and then I guess just kind of like right here because I'm behind this motorcycle.
All right, you're going to roll me a cool check.
Any modifiers?
Nah, no modifiers. Let's see what happens.
1d10, just roll 1d10 plus cool, right?
Exactly, 1d10 plus your cool stat. All right. As you run, jump, and dive behind these motorcycles, you notice something very odd about one of the motorcycles. It looks like the guy left the key in the ignition of whoever owns this motorcycle, the red one that you're right under. All right?
I'm about to have a motorcycle, boys.
Oh my god.
And Blackadder, it is your turn now.
All right. Excuse me. I'm going to move back behind. You said the access point's like right in the corner of the building?
Yeah, it's like right here.
All right, so I'm going to move back behind the building to get full cover. Maybe it'll increase my chances and the dice gods will smile upon me.
Let's see.
All right.
All right.
Interface roll incoming.
Let's see the password. All right, you made it through with your back door easily. And before you stands a Black Ice program. And let me just get that real quick. There we go. It is a ASP, an anti-personnel Black Ice program. And what you know about this program is, first of all, it looks like that.
Nice little hellhound looking thing, yep.
It looks like that. And what you know about this program is its effect is it destroys a single program installed on your cyber deck at random. Okay?
Roger that.
All right. So why don't you tell me what you'd like to do? You have two actions.
2 actions. Am I close enough to take a melee swing at this thing?
You don't actually in the net. There's actually no there's no distance. You don't have to move or anything like that. You can just do an action. So you can attack this program with any attack programs you have, or you can evade it by making a slide check.
I don't want to evade it. I want to attack it.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my sword. Does 3d6 to a black ice program. Do that interface roll again here.
Okay. There we go. Asp. Its defense is a 2, so 1d10 plus 2. All right, it fails against your attack. Roll your damage.
All right, sword versus black ice.
All right, 7 damage. You swing at this black ice program and take a huge chunk out of its programming. You see pixels fly off of it. It's still standing though, and you have one more action.
Swinging for the fences.
All right.
Do that interface roll again.
Oh, beautiful critical hit.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to call it double damage, which is a homebrew rule that I'm just adding right now in this moment.
Love it, love it.
And they failed the defense, so why don't you roll your damage? 11, 22 damage is more than enough. You de-res this program, and it disappears into pixels. And that's it for your turn, but... Whoops. Sorry about that.
You know, that's the perfect sound to play as he de-reses a...
as he's de-resing in the net, yeah.
I know, that's hilarious. I actually
That's a perfect sound to play when Black Ice Program version 2 shows up.
Anyway, yeah, that's it. So you are now in the control program. You are able to control. I'll give you a little bit of information. You pretty much have control of the AC system, the ventilation system of the club, and you have of not just the club, this entire like block area, that building, this building, the store, all of them, all of these, even the one you're next to. You're able to control
the northern block of where I'm adjacent to, correct?
Exactly. So all those buildings in a line, you have control of their lights, you have control of their AC system, and you're also in control of some emergency systems for like emergency power and stuff like that. All right?
Roger that.
All right, Barry, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, so there's a guy who's trying to step up to me, right up in front of my face, and I don't appreciate that too much.
Yeah, why don't you tell him how you feel about it?
Well, my baseball bat's about to explain to him my true feeling.
Show me your swing. Are you going to aim for the head?
No, I'm just battering this bitch.
All right, roll me your melee attack. A 20 versus his 20. Let's roll off. Or wait, does defender lose or automatically win?
Defender wins, I believe.
Well, we're just gonna, since I don't have the rule up, we're just gonna do a roll off. I'm rolling 1d10. 8. Oof,
Ooh,
that's pretty
not
high.
good.
That's pretty high.
Oof. 1d10. Okay. There, I win. Okay, but yeah.
Jesus Christ! You just put a sad face.
It's great.
Whoa!
It was a sad face. I knew it.
It's definitely a sad face if you roll a 1.
All
That's
right.
what you get for talking shit.
All right, you just miss. You just fair and square miss, but you get one more shot.
I'm gonna just take my move action to move to the other side, so that asshole doesn't have direct line of sight into my anus with his gun.
I get you.
And I'm gonna batter this dude's head again.
All right, let's see it. Oh, a critical fail. Oh no, Barry, you swing.
Barry is not swinging well.
Now roll me a luck.
I'm a guy that I'm a solo that uses melee weapons. Uses them badly.
All right, roll me a luck, dude.
4.
Oh no. Oh, you're so lucky, dude. I rolled a 1. All right, you're very lucky because as you swing into a bunch of trash and some metal stuff, and you thought that your bat was going to get stuck in it, but you were actually able to set it free as this guy dodged both of your attacks. And you know what? It's his turn. And he's going to turn around to you and hit you with a 3-round burst, point blank, with his submachine gun, which is a hit. And he does 10 damage, 7 damage, 6 damage.
That's the best you got, bitch!
What are we seeing there? So...
no damage.
Yeah, it's the first one doesn't pierce, second one doesn't pierce, third one doesn't pierce. And your armor does not ablate because it did not pierce.
Okay, cool.
Isn't that what it is? That's the rule, right?
Let me check it out real quick. I can find it real fast.
Yeah, find out for me real quick, because I thought that's what the rule was.
I will need you to spell ablate, though.
ABLATE. But while we figure that rule out, we'll move on to the next guy. And this guy is going to move back here and take his own shots at Barry, completely exposing him to the rest of the party.
So when he moves back there, before he shoots at Barry, can I shoot at him?
Absolutely. We'll call
Sweet.
it. Yeah. So why don't you give me a ranged attack? We'll do it from where he was, which was right here.
Does that need a 20, you think?
So that's 11 squares. You're going to need, with an SMG, a 15.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Hey.
All right, you hit, definitely.
All right, and that's the
3-round burst. Yep. All right, 4 damage, 6, and 12. So did we find out about the ablation? You know what? We're just going to call it, we're going to homebrew it. And we're just going to call it, if you get hit with the bullet, you lose 1 armor. I think it's if it's pierced, you lose armor, but I don't know. We're just going to be sitting here spitballing each other, right? If that's true.
Well, yeah, just we'll go with that, and I'll find it real quick for you.
Well, actually, technically, you could aim for the head, and it's double damage, or use a melee weapon, so there is ways around the armor. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We'll just call it for now. So you lose 3 armor. This guy's going to lose 1 armor on the first shot, as it does not pierce. Second shot does not pierce. Third shot does pierce. And he's going to take 3 damage. As he goes pink, pink, and squish as one of the bullets actually penetrates him. And then he is going to fire at our buddy over there. Mr. Solo gets hit, and Mr. Solo is going to take...
Okay, so I just found it, John, and it is if you end up taking any damage, your armor on that location is still ablated.
Oh, so it is ablated no matter what damage.
Yeah, that's the closest I can find for it. So yeah, we'll go with that.
I'll have to ask for clarification. That's why these are beta rules, because they might have to clarify in the end. But either way...
Well, I mean, it makes sense that even if you don't take any damage from getting shot in your chest, your armor still takes damage from the hit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
I agree.
In my 2020 Red hybrid game, I have you lose 1 health and 1 armor no matter what if you get hit by a bullet.
Good old literal Jimmy.
But here we go. First 3 shots. So you'll be at -3 on your armor. I'm just going to do that real quick just for my own sanity. Alright, here comes the first shot. 6 damage. Does not pierce.
Nope.
11 does. So -1 and then 11.
So I take 4.
So you take 4.
Mm-hmm. I got it, man.
Oh, you got it? And then your 7 should be a 6 now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now third shot is a 7, which will take 1 damage. Alright, you're still standing, you're still big beefy boy, and now it is Hubman Sango's turn as he held his turn, but he's still on the top of the initiative.
It's you, Joe.
Muted, Joe. Muted.
Sorry. I'll take another shot at that same guy.
Alright. 22's a hit. 3-round burst. 7, 8, and 16. Those are big numbers, dude. All right, 7 does not pierce, unfortunately. 8 does by 1. And then the big 16 is real big. He takes 7 or 10 damage from that.
I like to imagine that I aimed a little bit center mass and then let the recoil carry it up so the third bullet kicked into his face.
Boom, boom, boom. You want him in your room as you blast them with your SMG. 3-round burst. You're beginning to see him bleed on the ground. Life is not good for him, but he's still standing, this corporate goon. Sam, it is your turn.
So if I ran right here, if I moved right here and then 3-round burst to his head, what kind of negatives would that be?
-8.
Yeah, it would be -8, but from 3 squares away with an SMG, you would need to make a 15. You'd still need to make a 15. It's just -8.
Your best bet with the SMG would actually be to only get within 4 squares of it, because you have a better fire rate at 4 squares than you do 3 and below.
So from 4 squares, you'll need a 13. So whatever you roll -8, as long as it's over 13. Actually, you would need 16 for a 3-round burst.
I'm gonna do it. Fuck it.
Okay, you could put your put your luck points.
You said a 16 here and a 15 here, right?
Yeah, no, over there would be an 18 actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from there, you have to roll a 16 for a 3-round burst. Or you could take 2 single shots. It's up to you.
Nah, man, it's go big or go home.
Okay.
I'm gonna fucking send it.
All right. So you need a 16. So whatever you roll -8, you can add your luck if you want.
Do you do it before or after you?
Yeah,
roll?
you do it before. So you have whatever your luck stat is. You can use that as a resource.
Oh.
So like each point of luck you spend adds to the roll, right?
Exactly.
Fuck it. I'll put 2 points of luck in it.
All right. So whatever you roll +2. All right, that is a 17. You made it, my good friend. Oh, no, wait, it's -8, isn't it? 17 -8 is a 9, and that is a miss.
No.
Ooh, you rolled a 2, dude.
Then I'll just fire again.
No, 3-round burst is, I believe,
Okay.
that's it for, right? It's either single shot, rate of fire 2, or 3-round burst once.
Okay.
I'm not sure, I'm asking. What do you guys think?
I'm trying to read that right now, because an SMG has a rate of fire of 2, meaning he should be able to fire it twice.
Yeah, and you know what?
Whether or not you can do auto fire twice is the question. And I don't see anywhere where it says auto fire itself is a full action. It's just using the auto fire ability of the gun.
Yeah, but I don't have any
But
points.
what he can't do, you actually need to take that -8 back away from him, because auto fire cannot be used to make aim shots. So he should have hit with 2 of those bullets.
You know what? You know what? I'm mixing the rules up. I don't think 3-round burst actually exists.
It does not. It's only auto fire.
Exactly. I think that's where I messed up. I'm messing up the Jumpstart Kit rules. So, ladies and gentlemen, I made a huge mistake, but it's okay. We're just going to call it. I'm going to grant it to you because it's my mistake. So we're going to say that you connected, okay? And let's just see you roll your damage. You're shooting him in the head.
How many times do I roll damage?
You rolled 3 bullets of damage, and then we'll double it, and then we're going to give him a nice little critical injury, too.
So you said roll damage 3 times?
Yeah. 2, 7, 4, so 9 plus 4 is 13 times 2, 26 damage to his head. So let's see here, that's 26 minus 11 is 15. And then minus 5 for a foreign object that's in his head. At the end of every turn where you move further than 4 meters on foot, you resuffer this critical injury. Alright, he loses 5 HP off the bat. So this guy, you hear ping pang as you shoot him in the head, and I'm going to say that he falls straight to the ground, and he is now prone. and he's bleeding on the concrete. But he's still alive somehow, this guy. Okay? And we're going to move on to Blackadder.
All right. So in my control, AC, vents, lights, emergency systems. Can you list what's in those emergency systems?
Yeah, pretty much what it does is it shuts off all the power, or you can restart the power. You can override any of their robotics that are going on. You know, like the nightclub has robot bartenders and stuff like that.
Can I surge the power block to make all of the lights explode?
Absolutely. Let's get a control check, which is your interface.
Before I do that, I'm going to relay to comms because I am now technically out of line of sight from two big beefy boys up in the front. So I want to relay a message to them. Put your night vision goggles on, boys. Lights are going dark. Repeat, lights are going dark.
All right, they're able to...
So is this going to effectively be a flashbang?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Incoming.
All right, that's just enough. You got exactly what you need. You sent a surge through your cyber deck. It connects to the node, and you see all the lights in this alleyway brighten up until they're so bright that they all explode and pop, 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 pop. All these light bulbs around this alley explode, sending sparks into the streets. And these two guys fail their rolls, and they are basically blinded, taking negatives in combat. Alright? You have two more actions in the net.
I also have anti-dazzler on my cyber eyes, so I'm good.
Yep, anyone who has anti-dazzle in their cyber eye is good.
Yep.
Which is every single one of us, I believe.
Pretty much.
I'm pretty sure. Yep. All right, so two more net actions. I'm gonna stay put. Pass my turn. I'm done. That's it.
All right, Barry, it's your turn.
Oh,
I wonder
this guy
I wonder what I would need to do on my turn to walk in this bar, grab a fucking bottle of something, make a Molotov out of it, and just fucking chuck it on this dude on the ground.
I think you'd be able to.
This guy who's holding his face and his eyes and everything now. We gonna go ahead and batter up on him one more again.
Yeah, we are. He's gonna take a -3 to his evasion, so go ahead. 18 to his 12 is a direct connection. Roll your damage, ignoring half of his armor.
Boom!
So we'll say rounding up, so that's 6 rounding up.
Okay.
Okay, so 6 minus 13 is 7. So 7 damage to his torso, but he's gonna get ablated once. Alright, roll me again.
Oh, critical hit,
Oh, critical. Let's see what we got on the critical hit table. You hit him right on the arm. You broke his arm. It cannot be used. He drops any item that's in his hand. Let's see. Let's see. Blackadder, roll me a d6. 1 to 3. It was his gun hand. 4 to 6. It's not. Okay, it was not his gun hand, but he's gonna take more negatives when he's shooting if he decides to shoot. So -5 damage off the bat because of critical injury, and then you rolled 8. Which is ignoring half. He's at 5, so he takes 3 more damage.
Oh, actually, I just remembered he takes +4 damage from that first hit.
Okay.
So because I have my points allocated to do more damage.
All right, there we go. You smack him in the arm, break his arm. He screams in agony. The second hit hits him in the kidneys, and he's still standing, looking at you, but he's not having a good day. He's going to pull out... He drops his gun, which does not cost an action, actually, to actually drop your gun. And he's going to pull out a combat knife and attack you with it. So here's his roll, -3. And let's get your evasion on that. So that's a 15. Oh, yes, very nice. You dodge that. He's going to take another backswing at you with this combat knife. Another 20 -3. Oh, man, you made it. You're able to dodge him with ease as he's blinded and has a broken arm. He's not having a good day, this guy. Alright, does this guy stand up? He does not. He's not able to stand up. And he aims his weapon in Barry's direction. From there, he's going to need a 13, but he has a lot of negatives. So let's see what happens. Oh, he barely makes it. He actually connects. And he's going to do... Or, sorry, what weapon is he using? Heavy pistol. We're going to take one shot at you. Alright, that's the first shot. 9 damage to you, Barry.
Alright, I take 4 of those. I ablate by 1 more.
Okay, here goes one more shot. And that is a miss. At -5. And he fires wide past you. Hub, it is your turn.
Alright, we'll take another shot at the... So this guy on the bottom is laying on the ground, and he's not a danger, right? The other guy is?
I mean, he shot me, so...
Yeah,
Okay, I thought the other guy was hitting you. Okay,
no,
yeah.
no, that guy also shot. Yeah, but he's critically wounded.
Yeah.
He's not dangerous, that's the guy that don't have bullet holes in him.
Nice. I got him. So I roll 1 damage this time?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So that's the first shot. You'll get another shot. Alright, 14 damage is just enough. You shoot him and you take one shot at him. It connects. You see his body go limp and he's lying in a pool of his own blood. It looks like he's at least unconscious. You do have one more shot, so you can take a shot at this guy with your second shot.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, you're gonna need 14 squares. You're gonna need with a pistol, or is it an SMG?
They both use the same skill. They both use the handgun.
Okay, you're gonna need a 20 to hit. You could get a little closer. Alright, never mind.
I miss.
You miss. You fire across and miss him, and it is Sam's turn.
I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna go, and I'm just gonna single shot this dude in the back of the head.
All right, point blank range. You need to beat a 13. It's -8, so you need to beat a 13.
Was it -8 because I'm so close to it?
Because it's a called shot.
Yeah, it's a called shot.
Called shot at the
Well,
negative
I don't
8.
mean I'm gonna shoot him in the back of the head. I'm just running up behind him and I'm gonna blast him.
Okay,
That's what I mean.
so you just need to hit a
But
13.
I'm gonna walk up to this dude, right? And I'm just gonna. Oh no! I'll just stay right where I'm standing, and I'm gonna pull out my heavy pistol and just shoot him in the fucking. Just shoot at him.
Okay, that's fine. Either way, you still need a 13.
Nope.
Oh, critical failure. You fired, the gun's jammed. You roll me a do you have a weapon tech or anything like that?
I mean, I have tech skill.
All right, roll me your basic tech skill to see if you can clear the chamber and take
Right.
another shot.
Just 1d10 plus tech.
Yeah. All right, nice. Roll me another d10 because you rolled a 10. All right, so 22 is what you rolled, and that is beautifully done. You're able to take another shot at him. You were able to clear the chamber. Okay, that hits. Roll your damage. 14 damage. -9 is a 5. Boom! You blast this guy in the back. You see blood trickling down as the bullet exited and hit the wall behind him, or in front of him, as he's facing your buddy. And that is the end of your turn. Blackadder, what you got for us?
All right, so back up. 4 net actions again, right? We cleared the password. Black Ice is dead, and there's the control, and that's it, right? There are no other levels in the architecture.
There are more levels, you just don't know what's past there. You don't know what the next level would be. You don't know what you're walking into.
Well, we're walking into the unknown. All right?
Ooh, Black Ice program.
Nice.
All right, let's go. Let's find a nice little Black Ice. That is it right there. Okay. Give people a little preview. And what you see in front of you, my friend, is called a WISP. It is a WISP program. It's an anti-personnel black ice. Alright?
Yep.
So, moving past that architecture, I believe that does cost an action to move from one floor to another. Does it?
Yep.
Okay, so you have 2 more actions against this wisp.
Alright, I'm swinging away. Sword.
Okay.
Alright, interface roll incoming.
Alright, 14. Whoops. Versus 7, that is a connection you hit with your sword.
Alright. Incoming versus black ice.
Oh, that's a lot of damage, dude. It's still standing there, but you're seeing it's glitching out. All right.
Last net action. I'm going to take another swing.
Go ahead. All right. Versus his roll, which I don't think he's going to make. Nope, doesn't make it. All right. You de-res this program easily. It disappears from the net. And that's it for your next net actions.
Done.
All right. Moving on to Barry.
So how's this guy looking?
Not good. He has a broken arm, he's blind, and he got shot in the back.
That don't look good. So Barry's gonna kind of tap his bat on the ground, point out to the fences. Whack!
Da-da-da-da-da-da!
Next up to bat. All right, 18 versus his -5, which is a 10. That is a connection, my friend. How much damage? Finish him. All right, 9 damage. Ignoring half the armor means you did 4 minus that is 5. So you did 5 damage to him. Boom! Chunks of his flesh are just popped out from the side of him, and you get 1 more swing.
Is he still standing?
He's still standing. These guys are well armored corporate goons. They're not chumps.
That's fine.
Yeah, just
that's why I
letting you know.
swing twice.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to do called shots, alright? Alright, 18 is definitely going to be a hit. I don't think he's going to beat that. No, -5, he will not beat that. Roll your damage. Okay. Minus half of that is 4. So 4, 6 damage. Alright. Alright, this guy is barely standing. He falls down to 1 knee as you smack him, and he kind of raises his arm to try to defend himself. And let's see if he's going to be able to make his will check. Oh, I could do it from here.
When both of those hits go through, like when Barry catches both of them, you're just gonna hear Sam go, "Oh, oh!"
All right, he does not make his will check. He does not have the will to keep on fighting, and he will forego his turn. This guy needs to also make a will check.
Wait a minute, that asshole's still alive? I for real thought he was dead.
Oh my god, he critically rolled, dude. This guy does not want to die. Oh no, wait, he did die. He did die, right? Yeah.
Well, you never told us if he was dead. You said he looked.
No. He's dead. He's dead. Sorry. I shouldn't have. I forgot to take him off the order.
He's deader than hail, son.
Yeah, no, he's dead. All right, Hub, combat is pretty much over. You guys have this guy surrounded. He's a bloody mess. He's given up. His buddy is dead. And your VIP is in the back seat of the vehicle that has crashed at the end of the alley.
I'm stealing shit from this guy.
From this guy?
Like I walk over, the dude is dead on the ground, and I kind of just like I kick his body over, and I start like like rummaging through his stuff.
Yeah, you find on him and his buddy
Just
180 eddies, which is the currency, Euro bucks, and he also has an SMG.
The guys we're dealing with in meat space are dead. But when does Blackadder ever deal with stuff in meat space?
True. This is true. Good point. Well said.
Well, his cunning helped you guys with like pretty much making a flashbang go off in this alleyway.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was brilliant.
All right, so Joe, what were you saying?
I'm just checking to see if the VIP is okay in the backseat of this car.
He's had better days, but there he is. Dr. Creel, he's in the back seat, hands tied behind his back. He's kind of hogtied, and he has tape over his mouth.
Oh, when Barry also walked away to go check on the doctor with Hub, but before he left, he handed Sam Ectoplasm the baseball bat and left him alone with this living corpo agent. So
yeah, I took the guy's knife and just passed Sam the bat as I walked off.
Very nice.
Well, I'll check the door, see if it's locked. If it is, I'll go grab the keys off of the. I guess the window is down and the driver guy is dead, so I'll just unlock the car from there.
Yeah, there's brain matter and blood and stuff all over the dash. There's bullet holes in the windshield. There's bullet holes in the dash. It's a pretty gruesome scene in the front seat.
Just sort of reach in, just gently unlock it, and then go back to the back seat. Like, whatever happened up there happened. I'm gonna move to the back seat.
And then you'll hear from behind you, and he's out of here! Whack!
With a single swing of your bat, you put this guy's lights out, and he falls to the ground unconscious, broken arm, shot in the back. I mean, this guy's not having a good day.
Oh,
I don't know if he stops at unconscious.
No, don't stop at unconscious.
Oh, you put on a show for any people that are just coming out, peeking out of the windows of this alleyway.
Yeah, like, so the hood came down, the bright color shifting mohawk is up, and I've got some of my music playing right now from my band, and I'm just like, and I just start beating the shit out of this guy.
And the only lights you guys can see are from the south part of the street and the city lights, and the
mohawk.
And the mohawk. And Sam's
Sam
mohawk.
Ectoplasm.
Exactly. All right.
Like the mohawks, the spikes, the mask and shit.
I like Sam.
And I'll just open the back seat and get the tape off the guy's mouth and say, "Hey, we're here to save you."
And he looks at you guys and he says, oh, thank you so much. And you know this guy, Hub. He's the one that called you.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll help him sit up and get the bindings off of him and stuff.
And he looks at you and he says, Hub, thank you so much. I thought I was a goner for sure.
Yeah, we got all those corpos. I don't think any of them are going to be able to trace us after Sam's done with them.
And Dr. Creel looks in the general direction. He sees the two dead bodies, and he says, "I don't know who they are, but I think it might be Biotechnica."
Well, let's get out of here real quick, and then we'll figure stuff out when we're in a less illegal location.
Well, they're nobody now, Doc.
You guys are starting to hear sirens as the Austin City Police are headed in your direction. The first thing you see off in the distance are the drones, as the drones get there first before the police do. So you do have a short amount of time, a small window to get the hell out of there.
All right, yep. Grab the dock and book it over back to my car and say, we got to get the fuck out of here.
And that's exactly what you guys do as you leave. And Dr. Creel invites you to where his nomad family has their territory in Austin, Texas. It's called Terrytown. It's a small area inside of Austin. And he takes you to his actual home. It's a cul-de-sac. It's almost like straight out of the movies. You guys are used to Night City. You guys are used to arcologies. This guy actually lives in a normal neighborhood, one of the last ones out there. So he invites you guys to his home, and inside is the Central Texas Preservation Society. And they're a nomad group that originated from the University of Texas at Austin. They were alumni from there. And at the time of the collapse, students of the university, some staff members, and family and friends, they joined together for safety and survival. And once they settled into their new family, they got the bright idea that they would dedicate themselves to preserving the history of Central Texas, including the artifacts found within their jurisdiction. So they're trying to be good guys, unfortunately for them. And you guys are sitting down at Dr. Creel's table and having a meal. And while you're doing that, Barry, one of the engineers is working on your armor jacket, and one of the medics is trying to patch up your wounds. You're not hurt that bad.
Oh, dude, those were tickles. But yeah, can you fix that?
And they do a great job. They heal your armor. They pretty much mend your armor back to what it was, strengthening it, and the bullet holes are still there, but it will be able to withstand any kind of combat. And Dr. Creel looks at you all, and you're quite a crew. A net runner, this guy with a mohawk, a nomad, and a psycho solo that uses a baseball bat. And the crew, the people around you are a little bit wary. They're looking at you guys, and you're kind of the rough type. They're not used to you. These guys are scholars, they're engineers, they're people that, they don't go around shooting people, basically.
Hey, good news. I don't shoot people either.
So Dr. Creel looks at you, Hub, and he says, you have to understand, Hub. I called you here because I originally had called you to Austin because I needed your help in understanding what I can do to protect myself. You know, our nomad family, we have a few that can protect us, but for the most part, we're not really fighters. So I was hoping that you would come and be able to help me, and help me you did, because before I knew it, I was kidnapped by 4 armed men, and, well, you saw what happened there.
Right. Did they say anything when they got you, or they just take you and leave?
They told me to shut up. They ordered me to sit in the car. I tried to ask questions. They put tape on my mouth. And they had no insignia or anything on them to say where they're from. But I do think that they're from Biotechnica. And we all think that. You see, 40 miles north of Austin, there's a place called the Galt Site. It's from the... we found it a few years ago. And the University of Austin, Texas... The University of Texas at Austin. We were tasked with digging at this site. And we found artifacts that are over 20,000 years old and found evidence of human life at that time. You know, tools, spearheads, and such.
Oh, wow.
And as you know, we're a preservation society. I mean, it's all that we do there. But suddenly, a month ago, the Austin City Council terminated all our permits for no apparent reason and asked us to leave. And we heard through the grapevine that Biotechnica was going to resume the research in that area. And we were ordered to release all of our research to them. And of course, we didn't do that.
There's no... Well, maybe we can do some digging and try and find out what they're doing with it.
Well, we're holding a defensive fortification at the Galt site. And to be honest with you, we don't want bloodshed, but they're not really giving us a choice. We're not sure what Biotechnica wants from that site. And I've told you we vowed to protect it.
Right. And I'll turn to Blackadder, and I guess I'll ask him if maybe he can search through the net, see if there's any any mentions of Biotechnica working on any of this stuff?
So why don't you give me an interface roll, and you can check through the city net, which is an enclosed net just for the city. And you're able to do some digging. Do you have any library search or anything like that? All right. Going through public records and some news articles and a little bit of net running, hackery, you're able to find out some information about Biotechnica. You're not sure if it's related, but they have just purchased new labs around the Night City area, the East Coast is part of the Dixie Belt, and now they're opening up a giant lab in Austin, and it's unclear what this lab is for, but it is in line with these other labs.
Did you get all that?
All right, so it sounds like maybe you want to check that out, get a closer look.
Yeah, why don't you give me another library search to look closer? Alright, going deeper into that subject, you're seeing through conspiracy forums and stuff like that. There's some wild accusations going around that they're cloning Bigfoot at these labs. There's aliens and they're hiding them at these labs. But there is the subject of cloning is what repeats. There's something about cloning or biodata. It just keeps going in that direction. So everybody has a different story about what's going on.
Well, it sounds like cloning is the big thing, and then they're looking at an ancient site. I wonder if they found something important there, like ancient super soldiers or some shit.
Dr. Creel says, I just don't understand why they would terminate our permits. We've been taking care of that land and that dig site for years, and all of a sudden Biotechnica can just come and wave their corporate wand and just take over. What do they want from there?
What's the most recent thing you found there?
Well, we found tools, and we did find some spearheads and some pottery, and we did find some chewing gum, or what people 20,000 years ago called chewing gum. It's this weird composite material that they used to chew on back in the day.
So, probably that.
I don't see why they would need the chewing gum.
Don't you put it in your mouth?
And somebody from behind him, a young lady, pipes up and says, Derek, they're trying to clone ancient peoples is what it looks like.
Hey! Give the girl a cookie.
And she says, please tell them. They need to know. And Derek says, I forgot to mention, but we've lost 2 of our family members. They've gone missing. We don't know if it's connected. Elena Covey and Jeffrey Denbo, they were leaders just like me. They were the only people I could have trusted in this world. And they've gone missing.
Thanks for telling us.
Well, until I was abducted, I didn't think that it was relevant.
Do you know where they went missing? Is it near where they picked you up?
They live in Terrytown just like we do, so most of the time if they venture deeper into the downtown area, anything can happen. The people in this house, they start moving on. You see some of them are starting to leave. And Dr. Creel stands up and he says, What do we do? I don't understand what to do. If I go out there, they'll just kidnap me. Like they did last time. They want us all dead.
That's easy, Doc. We go out there and we kill them first.
That's fair.
Not wrong.
And as you guys are having this conversation and everyone's cleared out, you guys are kind of the only people left with Dr. Creel. There's that young lady that's with him. It looks like she's kind of like an adopted daughter or something. And you hear a knock on the door. A heavy knock on the door.
And so,
And Dr. Creel says, I'm not expecting any visitors.
Is there a peephole at the door?
Does he have a cameras?
This is the far future, so we do have everything connected to like a ring cam, pretty much.
I'll say clap like, okay, Google Home.
Yeah,
Activate cameras.
when he says I'm not expecting anyone, if there's kind of like anything to stand behind, Sam just kind of pulls out the submachine gun and is like this, pointed at the door.
And the woman next to you, she pulls out a shotgun, a sawed-off shotgun, and she puts it against her forearm and puts it on the table.
I'm gonna just walk over to the door and stand off to the side of it as they pull up the cameras to see who's at the door.
There's one person in a suit outside. Looks like he has cyberware and he has cyber eyes with sunglasses on. And he's just standing there looking at the camera, looking around. And he knocks again, firmly on the door.
Does he look similar to, like, his outfit to the guys who were in that car just now that we just fought?
Well, yes, but that's only because those guys were... actually, no, he doesn't look similar to them, because those guys were, like, security guys with, like, helmets and full gear. This is just a guy in a suit.
Okay, so I'm going to open the door, and when I do, I'm just going to grab him and slam him up against the wall.
Alright, let me get a grab check, which is just a melee attack.
It's an athletics roll.
An athletics.
But either way, it'd be the same.
And I'm going to give you a +2 because of ambush. Okay. Alright, he thought he was quick, but not quick enough. As you grab him, and you grab a hold of him, and you have this guy. He's trying to writhe and move out of the way. Dr. Creel kind of helps you. He also adds to it, and you just grab him and you pull him into the house.
Yeah, just keep him held.
When this guy comes to and kind of like looks up, if he like looks up, you have him pinned up against the wall, right?
Yeah, pretty much up against the wall in the house, you know.
When he says, what is this? Yeah. What is this?
Yeah, there's also from right behind the doctor and Barry, there's a submachine gun right in his face.
He says, "Listen, I've come here on orders. I don't understand. I'm no threat. I'm not armed. What are you doing?"
We're gonna make sure you remain not a threat. What are you here for?
Just kind of laughing and go, "You're a corpo. You're a threat to everybody."
I'm just here to
slowly sneak behind everybody and close the door.
Okay, my bad. Same wrong.
And he says, "I'm just here to serve papers. Please, they're in my bag." And as you guys pulled him, he had a bag that had papers that just flew all over the place.
All right, everybody's trained on this fool, so I'm gonna rummage through the paperwork to find these appropriate documents.
Yeah, you do that, and there's a bunch of serving papers. Looks like this guy just goes around serving papers for Biotechnica. They have their company logo and everything on the top of all the stationery, and this guy is just a guy that works for that company. He goes around serving people. It's a normal job, and that's exactly what this guy came to do.
Also want to search the bag in case there's anything funny hiding about.
Why don't I get a awareness check from you?
There's actually
a reveal object, right?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm
conceal
good at that.
reveal.
Yeah, conceal reveal object. That's the one. Okay.
Got a 15.
All right, that's good enough. You find a hidden pocket where it looks like this guy's got a little bit of a drug problem.
Sweet.
Oh, shit.
He's got some synth coke in a secret pocket.
Take that out and just set it to the side.
I immediately look over to Hub and say, "You gonna share that?"
And then Sam reaches over and grabs the bag of synth coke and looks at Blackadder and goes, "I got you, man."
And Dr. Creel says, "Please, gentlemen, not here."
And,
I still have this guy lifted off the ground, pushed up against the wall.
And this guy says, I don't know whose that is. It's my friend's bag. I'm borrowing his bag. Please just don't leave a bad review."
I mean, it's mine now.
so say, I guess I'll wave over some of the other guys who aren't holding this guy against a wall. I'll say, just sort of whisper to him, "Do you think we can get this guy to take us to Biotechnica? Maybe find those missing people?"
I don't know. I mean, maybe he's just a low-level employee. And he says, whoa, I don't know anything about any missing people, okay? And
no, we're whispering that. He can't hear it.
Oh, he can't hear it. Okay, sorry.
What he can hear is Sam go to Barry and go, "Hey, Barry, you still got that knife you got off those dudes we killed?"
And Barry responds with, "Yes, lots of them."
So he says, "Are you gonna let me go, or are you gonna kill me? I don't understand what's going on here."
Undecided.
Please
let me take a look at his hardware to see if he's worth anything first before we off him.
All right,
Yeah.
you look through his identification. Why don't you do a library search for me?
I grab one of those knives and I kind of like lift his sunglasses up to the top of his head with it, and I was like, I kind of like that left eye he's got right there, you know?
Jesus.
It looks really expensive.
Calm down.
Hub is beginning to question his partnership with this man.
He says, "Please don't cut my eye out," and he's obviously scared. Blackadder, looking through the city net, you find this guy's LinkedIn profile, as you can say, and basically this guy's just like a low-level employee. If we were to say it in like gaming standards, he's like a corporate level 1 or 2.
So I'm gonna ask Blackadder if maybe he can use that guy's ID, modify it so that maybe we can get in without having to shoot our way in.
All right, we'll get back to that. Before you do that, Dr. Creel, he pulls you Hub aside and he says, "Hub, if anything happens to this man, then Biotechnica has all the reason they need to take over our site. And the city, while they've taken a backseat and tied their hands to this whole situation, they've called it a civil matter. This will make them have to get involved."
Is the doc saying that out loud?
No, he's saying it to Hub. So you guys are still doing your thing, talking about coke and holding
Trying to cut out eyeball. No.
Yeah.
Well,
We can.
Barry isn't going to let him cut his eyeball out right
I'm
now.
not gonna cut his eye out. I'm just scaring the guy. Jeez.
I know.
So I'll tell him, say, "Don't worry, Doc. We'll at the very least take him away from here before we do anything. I think we might be able to use his ID to get into Biotechnica, see if we can find your missing people. That way we don't have to cause a big ruckus when we go looking."
So, Blackadder, why don't you give me an interface? Actually, you know what? We'll have to write a program, is what we'll do. So why don't you get me your interface plus intelligence.
Okay.
And I have a DV in my head for what I think you would need to do to pass to write a custom program.
All right, so interface is 1d10 plus my tech.
No, its interface is 1d10 plus your interface, but then I want you to throw your intelligence on top of it too.
All right, so that would be a total of plus 14.
Which, by the way, for people that are watching, this is like a homebrew thing I'm doing. It's not in the rules. Oh, critical pass. Roll me another d10. All right, 29 is what you rolled, basically. And that fully surpasses anything in my mind, obviously. You have created a program that is identical to the program required to create these ID badges. So basically, you can make an ID badge for all four of you with your pictures, with your names on it, and you'll get the same clearance level as this guy. Unfortunately, he's only clearance level 2, which is the highest is 10 plus, and this guy's a 2. You can get in the building, you can get into most areas, but don't go snooping around places you're not supposed to. Is basically what it is.
Just get me to an access point.
Mm-hmm. And you can go to work with your cyber deck there, and with some materials, you can easily make some ID cards, just some plastic and stuff like that. All right?
Do it.
Sweet.
So while you do that, that would probably take you about 4 hours to complete. Okay? All right. So while you're doing that, what's next?
I guess.
I know Barry and I are just scaring the shit out of this dude.
Actually, so he needs some time, right, before we let this guy go?
I mean, what do you mean by time?
It's going to take
You
me
said-
4 hours to write this program, but before I sit down and write that program, I'm going to walk right over to Sam and be like, yo, I need a bump. I got to get this done.
Well, I mean, the thing is, does he need to keep the card with him the entire time to write the program?
No, he doesn't need the card. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, once everybody's done rifling through the guy's stuff and we have it all back now, what those papers say again?
So the service papers that he was going to serve you was basically saying that Biotechnica, with the permits that they have, legally can take over the site, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Tomorrow they're going to go and take over the Galt site, and this is a warning that they're authorized to use force.
So while he's making those batches, I can go out and drive around and sort of case the place and see where they've got the strongest security and stuff.
We'll toss homeboy out on his ass.
Okay, you toss
Since
him
we
out.
can't kill him or anything.
Before we do that, I do need Blackadder to make a resist torture. Do you have resist torture? I believe it's at a 2,
No.
right? You don't-
Resist
I don't have-
drugs, torture. It's a will save then.
Okay, it's a will save. Why don't you give me a will?
So 1d10 plus will?
Yes, exactly.
Right.
All right, perfect. You pass. The effect of the drugs is.
No, that's me. That's me. Because
Sam.
Sam and Blackadder take a hit of this stuff.
Oh, okay.
But
So Sam,
That's Sam.
you are under the effect of synth coke without the secondary effect, and so you're good on the secondary effect.
Ooh.
Adler's fucked up.
I
Blackadder.
can't handle my drugs, dude.
Let me open up the book real quick.
Oh, you should have put points in resist torture and drugs, dude.
I should have, but I didn't.
It's all right. I don't think synth coke's that bad, but we'll find out right now.
I critically failed. I rolled a 1.
Oof.
I put ranks in resist torture and drugs because Sam does drugs all the time.
Okay.
I don't do them all the time.
It lasts 4 hours, so that's good because you need it for the 4 hours. For the duration, the user's reflex is increased by 1 point. In addition, they are prone to paranoid ideation.
Oh, so every normal day life in the net for me. Okay, that's
Yeah,
good.
exactly. In fact, you don't know if you're in the net right now or not.
Nice, even
That's
better.
what's going
Good
on
call.
right now. And unfortunately, you failed the secondary, so you aren't. It says you're addicted to synth coke now, but I think that's a little too harsh, to be honest with you. I've always thought Cyberpunk was a little too harsh on the drug consequences. So
Give
I'm.
you a few times a felon before you're addicted.
Yeah, in my
few times,
opinion.
felon, please, few times, felon.
So just so that you guys know, rules as written, he would be addicted to synth coke right now, but I'm going to say he's not, but he is. His reflex is lowered by 2 for 4 hours. Okay? And that's what's going on. Thankfully, you don't need good reflexes, as you're just working away, making this program. Alright, you guys throw this guy off on his ass, and you realize that the address of his that his card leads to is actually a strange little spot. It is a nightclub up north and a lab down south. So let's pull up your vehicle. Let's get your vehicle
Right
out.
there.
You guys can only see the street, right? You can't see inside the buildings?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. Let me get your vehicle back.
So they're casing the joint, right? I'm still technically back over at Creel's house.
Yeah, technically right now you are. So Barry...
I'm amped up, so when yeah, I guess we're all going. I thought Joe was just doing like a case thing, but we're all going. Fuck it.
I mean, technically you could be doing it in the back seat of the car.
Yeah, why not?
You could do it on your cyber deck in the back seat of the car while you're in the
It's our
city
mobile
net.
base.
Yeah.
If you're talking, Joe, Joe, if you're talking, you're muted.
Yeah, I was thinking we'd just drive around and check out the place, look at the see what the security is like and all that before we make our way up.
Yeah, so you guys haven't disembarked. I'm just putting your tokens here.
Just do a lap around the block.
Yeah, so you should be able to have control of the vehicle. Just put it where you want it to be parked. And that's where we'll say it is before you disembark.
Where are the where are like the guards and stuff positioned?
So this is just a busy street. You're seeing people walking. There's a lot of foot traffic. This lab is completely blacked out windows, heavy security doors, cameras outside. And then this nightclub has a few cameras as well. And then there is a bouncer right there. And he is watching the entrance of the nightclub.
Alright, so it doesn't look like there's any overt security on the building that we're sort of heading towards.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look like any overt security at all.
Cameras, anything like that?
Yeah, there's cameras all over this lab. And that's pretty much all you know. I mean, Blackadder, he could pause what he's doing to look at and see if there's any control node here.
We can go we can go like park outside the bar and go in there, and he could still work while he's in the bar.
Absolutely.
And we'd look less conspicuous.
Yep.
So that way we're not just parking and then going up to the fucked up building.
Yeah, what
Saving programs.
What kind of music is playing from the club?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think this thing has music.
Yeah, I hit a little something come through.
Yeah, there you go.
So I'm before we get out of the car, I'm gonna go ahead and give myself orange skin, red hair, and turn on my shifting eyes to make them solid black.
All right. Why don't you guys give me a streetwise?
I was about to do the same shit, Brian. Like, but the tech hair and the color, the tech hair and the spikes on the metal is like pulsing with the music.
All right. It's 15, 16. All right. Anybody else want a streetwise?
I don't have streetwise.
Okay. Why don't you...
I got a 14.
A 14. Okay. That's not bad. So we'll say the three... Why don't you... Another one of you roll streetwise. Either one of you. Whoever you think is the highest.
What?
Who's got the highest in streetwise?
I got 4 ranks in streetwise. What about you, Joe?
I already rolled mine.
No, he wants one. Roll again, Jimmy.
Oh,
What's your cool and what's your streetwise?
Yeah.
my streetwise is 3, and
3?
my cool is 6.
Alright,
So
fuck it, I'll
9.
roll it.
Okay, go for it. Okay, perfect. So you guys start having a conversation about this place, trying to figure out what it is. You remember that it's called The Storm. And you guys start talking about it, having conversations, and one of you remembers a rumor. And then that reminds the other person. And as you guys are having this conversation, it seems like there's a rumor that people get really drunk here and they kick them out, but then they're not seen ever again once they're kicked out of the club. I mean, their family members are looking for them. Their workplaces say they never showed up to work, and their cars are parked in the parking lot nearby, and they're just gone. The club has been under investigation, but they weren't able to find any evidence of the club doing anything other than kicking them out.
Okay. So who wants to volunteer to be bait?
I mean, I can drink, but you probably want me there to go kick down a door.
The face mask, like the eyes on the face mask, the Sam ectoplasm, just kind of like both turn into question marks as I look at Hub. Like,
What he's saying is somebody needs to get. I'm gonna look over at Sam. You're a performer, ain't you?
yeah,
You want to get fucked up?
you want me to fucking start a riot in here? I'll start a riot in here.
No, we just want you to get real drunk.
You want me to get real smashed and get on stage? Because I'll get on stage.
You have a 4 in your charismatic impact, right, Sam?
Yes.
Okay. All right. As you guys are having this conversation, a group of people on motorcycles drive by, and one of them slams on his brakes as he passes you guys. So somewhere over here, past the car. And 4 guys on motorcycles, they're in kind of a line right next to the vehicle. One of them gets out and looks in your direction, and he says, "Aren't you that guy in that alleyway a few hours ago?" Pointing at Sam.
Yeah. Were you the guy who left your keys on your motorcycle?
And he says, "Yeah, I do it all the time."
It's a pretty nice bike, man. I'm glad nothing happened to it.
And
At least while I was
he
there,
steps
nothing
away.
happened to
He
it.
steps away from the motorcycle, and he says, "Yeah, nothing happened to it." As he points to it, and there's clear bullet holes inside of it.
Nobody shot at the motorcycle, though.
The other guys did.
No, nobody shot at me.
No, they all shot at me.
Yeah.
They all shot at Fool. Nobody shot at me. By the time anybody was shooting, by the time I shot, I was not at the motorcycle.
You're right.
Don't try to do this to me. Don't try to do this to me.
Okay, but what did happen was the sparks. I'm changing it, alright? I'm fucking changing it. Because these guys are mad at you, alright? And why they're mad at you has now changed to the fact that Black Adder exploded and surged all the lights, and it burned a bunch of things on the fiber and the paint job, and it scratched the paint job, and it has burn marks all over all of their motorcycles.
Well, I'm gonna look at Barry and I'm gonna go, "You ready to handle this?" Because as soon as he starts saying stuff, I'm gonna step out. And what do you want me to roll for it? Because I'm just gonna be like, "We just flatlined 4 corpos in a matter of 10 minutes. You want to fucking dance with me?"
We're gonna do a face down.
I was about to say, there's a skill check for that.
Nice. Right, there's a skill check for that.
It's your reputation, which now in this town is a 3.
Okay.
And 3 plus 1d10.
Plus you're cool.
Plus you're cool.
Okay, so 1d10 plus 9.
Okay. Oof. That's pretty low.
Yeah.
And... Oh, he rolled lower than you. This guy looks at you and he says, "I just, maybe we can exchange insurance or something, you know?"
Maybe you and your friends can get on your bike and get the fuck out of my face. How about that?
His friends look at him like, "Are you serious? Insurance?" These guys were about to pull out weapons.
I'm gonna go ahead and
go ahead.
step out behind him with my bat on my shoulder now. And just kind of stare at his buddies.
And they look at you and they look at their buddy on the motorcycle, and they're like, they just like shake their head, you know, and they get on their motorcycles.
What do I need to roll with this guy to go, "You know what? Give me the fucking keys. This is my bike now."
Oh, God.
Here we go.
Roll me an intimidation.
It's not. It would be a persuasion. There's no intimidation skill.
Ah, very good.
Oh, a persuasion. Oh, a persuasion.
Yeah, and let's give you a +2. 22. Ooh.
And that would be at a -2 for losing a stare down.
And he like kind of backs up, and he just like kind of pleads to you, like, "Come on,
how
man.
about you give me the bike since you inconvenienced me and my friends here? This is my fucking bike now."
And he says, "Come on, man, don't take my bike."
Oh, you mean I'm taking my bike?
Sam, we can
What?
settle this. We'll sell you Sam's bike for all the money you have on you right now.
His buddies just, you hear them turn on their motorcycles and they leave. They just leave this guy. And they drive off, and this guy's just like standing there, and he pulls out his wallet and he hands you 200 eddies.
That's
what
all you got?
Good trade.
What's he got in
200.
his what's he got in his fucking pockets? I'm gonna go through his jacket pocket. What's he got in his pockets?
All right, you go through his pockets, and he had 25 bucks rolled up in street cash, and another 25 bucks in another pocket, and another 25 bucks in another. Pretty much just rolled up $25 cash, U.S. currency cash.
Congratulations, man! 275 bucks just saved your life. Get out of my fucking face.
And he just like backs up, turns around, and walks away. And you guys can hear the boom, 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 boom coming from the club.
Oh,
Wait a minute, after all that, he still left his bike?
And you have a new motorcycle.
He $275 bought him my motorcycle.
Oh, that's right. So he gets on his bike and he leaves.
Hey,
and
congratulations! That dude just bought us drinks, boys.
As you guys are having that conversation, you're hearing kind of like a scuffle coming from the front door of the nightclub. And as you guys can creep your way over here, you know, at the corner of the wall, it's not conspicuous to look down the alley because there's just people walking around. I mean, you would just look like everybody's kind of looking there. And it looks like these bouncers are pulling some really drunk dude out, and he's like cussing at them. "Fuck you, man. You guys are Nazis here, man." And he's like, I could still drink. I got 2 livers, man." And they're like, yeah. They pull him, and you see them take him. They open this like wooden gate over here and take him behind it and kind of disappear.
Ooh, that might be our ticket, boys.
Is that a sleeping bag over there?
Yeah, sleeping bag. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so you guys want to go check that out?
And as you say that, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we will have to end part 1 of the Wise Guys Cyberpunk Red session. Unfortunately, we only have a 2-hour time slot right when the story was getting a little bit juicy.
I know, right? It just started getting interesting.
But I will say thank you so much to ArchaeoGaming Con for inviting me. It was really, it's quite an honor. And I hope all of you enjoyed Cyberpunk Red. We will be continuing this game on my channel. We'll be playing it. So if you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel, you'll be able to get notified about it. I'll be on social media. We will be continuing this one-shot and probably campaign. I mean, right, guys?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm enjoying it.
I think we're going to be doing the campaign. So before we leave, I want to shout out my players. Make sure you guys go to twitch.tv/WhatTheFoole. It's spelled up there for you. And make sure you follow him so you can be a part of his shenanigans. Send peace and love to Joe. Love you, Joe. And Jimbles, are you doing any streaming or anything like that?
Actually, I've been going pretty hardcore on Ghost of Tsushima.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you follow him on Twitch as well. It's spelled up there, JimblesaurusRex. And my boy DG, Rageriot, follow him on Twitch and Twitter and YouTube and everything. He's going to be going deep into the EVE Online universe. Is that correct?
Yes, it's EVE 2.0 mobile. EVE Echo is coming on the 13th of August. It's going to be It'll be intense.
So if you guys are into that kind of stuff, then hit that follow. And please donate to a good cause. We'll have the mods write that in chat. Please show the link to all the people, please, where they can donate to keep archaeology going. And we will see you guys on the next one. I really appreciate it. Big thank you to Talsorian Games for giving us these rules ahead of time. And the story continues. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait, before we say bye, did you guys want to say anything?
Bye!
No.
I wanted to say that I missed gaming with you guys a lot.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
If you've enjoyed these shenanigans, you should go check out John's channel. We have a full stream of our first Wise Guys back in Night City.
I
1.0.
missed the Wise Guys 100%.
Yeah, that's our 2020 Red hybrid game. That is a whole lot of fun. We have 16 episodes, and it ends with a banger.
Yeah, it does.
So go check that out if you want some more shenanigans. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you on the next one. Take care, have a wonderful night, and enjoy the rest of ArchaeoGaming Con. Goodbye.